kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Out of the gun now on third down. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. That's taken on the 25. Touchdown, Philadelphia. An impressive 75-yard punt return. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Tucker now to add the point after. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. 21-0 our score after 1. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Eagles. Loose inside the 30. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. So that's about as fortuitous of a bounce as you're going to find as it's scooped up and taken in for the touchdown.
And I love how you use the word fortuitous there because as that popped up, he just happened to be in the right place, grabbed it, and found his way into the end zone.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Get a look at DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field. You would have to think they're going to make it more of a priority to get him the football. You're losing here in the second quarter, and he's been really quiet.
I think all we have to do, and it's too bad we can't actually see the actual play sheet now from the coordinator, because he's looking down at that and saying, okay, do I put him in different spots? Do I try and isolate him? What routes do I run? You're exactly right. They've got to get the ball in his hands and get their offense kick-started.
He does have the 2 catches, but pretty quiet so far. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. to throw now on first down.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete. This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways.
Pressure comes and down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
Straight ahead, it's Stevenson.
And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on fourth down.
Fourth down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this. But
he's got a man complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Devontae Smith.
An 80-yard touchdown.
And the Eagles are able to add on to their first half lead.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes this 35-0 now. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Commanders back out late in this first half. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Steeler legend Troy Polamalu with a pick. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead. Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown.
Devontae Smith.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it is 42-0. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Washington going to go on offense one last time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
That's complete to his running back, Peyton.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts,
as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And down to the 36-yard line here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. This offense ready for their upcoming series as we get a look at the former Heisman Trophy winner, DeVonta Smith. He's having a day here in quarter number 3. Over 100 yards, couple touchdowns, every receiver. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. DeVonta Smith, 66 yards. And the Eagles are pouring it on. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. First chance for the Commanders offense now as they head out for their opening series of the second half. 19 It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And his throw's going to be incomplete. 2nd and 10 now. Third quarter action from Philadelphia, PA. Now a handoff inside. It's Peyton. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. It's DeVonta Smith and the Eagles ready to go on offense. A monster game so far, third quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers,
Absolutely.
Though, who find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in a route or they get open early, but they just always
taking it right down Broadway. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Eagles extend their lead yet again. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And his throw is incomplete.
Well, so far on this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Washington going to send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking it about the 36. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Quick slant here to Smith. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now a draw play. This is McCoy. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll go again to McCoy. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. Now McCoy. And this time he is in. LeSean McCoy with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So that drive, 4 plays, and it ends with a LeSean McCoy touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that because otherwise, they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook. The bottom line is don't quit competing.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end Njoku. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Now, a quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. This is the tight end, Njoku. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Washington on 3rd down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. This offense ready for their upcoming series as we get a look at the former Heisman Trophy winner, DeVonta Smith. So far, he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously, it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out.
LeSean McCoy off to the races. And they are going to score again. Yet another another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Tucker now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. And the Washington offense heading out. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
That one will set them back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Taken from just outside the 30. And they are going to finish this one off strong. It's a return touchdown to add on to their lead in the final stages.
That kind of puts the bow on what has been a complete performance, Charles. They're pitching a shutout on the other side in this offense. They've done their thing well, too.
Yeah, this game has been an all-out effort from them on every snap, and there's a good amount of pride on the line right now. They want to finish what they started. They want the shutout preserved.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. We know he has home run hitting ability in the punt return department, and he showcases it there all the way back for 6. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff.
And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Now back to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Now a 1st down carry here for McCoy. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. 108 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. A solid move on the run, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line, down at the 2. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal. They'll try and run it with McCoy. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Tucker now to add the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a LeSean McCoy touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Eagles come up with a late turnover, and it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean.